Hello, this is Jess, and I'm going to do my football predictions for Week 11. So here we go. We have 4 teams on bye this week. We have the Colts, 49ers, Panthers, and Jets all on bye. We're going to go right into the week, and I'm going to sort of be maybe faster than usual. Got some things I got to take care of today, and it's already going to be 8 o'clock in the morning pretty soon. I worked all night, and still got things I got to take care of today. So let's get right on to it. First game, Titans and Steelers. I think the Steelers have a good program. I think they got stuff going on. But I also think that the Titans are on the same level as they are. So even though they're playing in Pittsburgh, I'm going to go with the Titans. I think that it's an important game for both teams, but I think that Mariota is going to have a good afternoon, and I think he's going to have Delanie Walker's healthy, coming off of the injuries he's been having in the last few games. I think he'll be in a lot better shape this week to be out there catching the ball and doing his thing. And that's a Thursday night game, Titans and the Steelers. I pick the Titans. Lions and the Bears. I've been let down by the Bears, but I still have belief that they're actually a good team. So I'm going to pick the Bears over the Lions. It's an important game for the Lions, but I think that the Bears are going to make a stand, even though they're pretty much out of everything. I think they're going to make a stand. I think their defense is going to come to play, and I think they're going to contain that Lions offense. Now granted, Golden Tate's having a good game since the bye, and I think that they're getting back their receiving core on the Lions side, but I still think the defense is going to show up for the Bears. And I always go with Howard on the ground on their offense. He's a great running back, not spoke about a lot, but he's fantastic, and I think the Bears are going to win that one. All right, on to the next game, the Jaguars and the Browns. I'm going to go with the Jaguars. Cleveland has a great run defense, but I just see Fournette having a good day against the Browns, even though, like I said, their average of what they allow, like 69 yards a game or something for running backs. It's pretty incredible for a losing team who hadn't won a game yet. Their defense on the run is actually pretty good. So I look for Bortles to step it up and throw out the ball out there. Marquise Lee. I think Hearns may not play this week. He's doubtful. But anyway, okay, so I picked the Jaguars in that one. Ravens and the Packers. I like that quarterback for the Packers, Hundley. I think he's actually got a good arm. I think he's found a good receiver in Devontae Adams. So I picked the Packers over the Ravens. Flacco just hadn't been up to speed. It's hard to tell who their running back is on the Ravens. And even with all the disarray in the Packers and losing Aaron Rodgers, I'm going to go with the Packers. Cardinals and the Texans. I think that the step-in quarterback for Deshaun Watson after he went out, I think that he's had a little bit of time to work with the offense. I think he may come out and surprise a few people. I think he's going to be all right. So I picked the Texans over the Cardinals. I do believe that Fitzgerald for the Cardinals, Larry Fitzgerald for the Cardinals, I believe that he's under 100 yards away from becoming the all-time 7th leading receiver as far as yards. And I think he's passing Tony Gonzalez, if I'm not mistaken, on that. and he may get that this game, but I still think the Texans are going to hold out and win that game. The next game, Rams and the Vikings. This was a tough one. Going with the Vikings. I just think that they shown the most resilience in a team, just hammered with injuries. Their record is very good. So is the Rams. Rams #1 scoring offense in the NFL. But I just think that the Vikings have potential, and I think it's going to come out in this game, and they're playing at home. So I'm going to pick the Vikings over the Rams. Redskins and Saints. I just don't like the Redskins personally. Now, Kirk Cousins is actually playing some good football, but I'm going to pick the Saints over them because I think the Saints are playing better football. And if the Saints do win, it'll be 8 in a row. I think that they mean business. I think their defense has come together. Of course, Drew Brees always is there. You can't ever count him out. So I pick the Saints. Chiefs and the Giants. I think the Giants don't stand a chance in this game. Upsets happen all the time. I could be wrong, but I think the Chiefs are a solid football team, and I think they mean business as well. And even though they're playing up, in Giant territory, I pick the Chiefs. Just there's nothing really fantastic to talk about with the injuries of that Giants team. So, the people that are there trying to step it up, but I don't think they have enough to beat the Chiefs. So, Chiefs on that one. Buccaneers and Dolphins. I'm going with the Dolphins. They're playing in Miami down there. This was supposed to have been a Week 1 game, but it got canceled due to the hurricane. So, this is the matchup that was supposed to start the season off. And so, the momentum of things going, and the Dolphins still have a long shot at making a wild card. So I'm going to pick the Dolphins. Bills and the Chargers. I don't know. The Bills have let me down. They just, every time I pick them, I just haven't had much luck. So I'm going with the Chargers just because of the stance. They're playing in LA. And I think that the Chargers aren't a half bad team when they're on, and I think they can beat the Bills. The next game is Bengals and the Broncos. The Broncos are just one of the most disappointing teams to me this year. I don't know what happened. They've just fallen apart. So I picked the Bengals. Even though they're playing in Mile High Stadium, I just can't picture them winning. They're just having a hard time. Maybe they'll surprise me and turn it around, but I hope they don't because I'm picking the Bengals. Patriots and the Raiders. This is probably an upset in my opinion. I'm going with the Raiders. It's a tricky call, but I just think that they do have the potential to expose that secondary in the Patriots. I think that Carr can, if they get it going, I think he can, get that 300 yards that they've been allowing, in the beginning of the season. Now they've tightened up a little bit, playing a little better ball. The Patriots always get better as time goes on through the regular season. They're going to be in the playoffs. But I picked the Raiders to beat them. It'll be an upset. But they are playing, in Raider country, so that's an asset. I think that the Raiders will be victorious in that one. The Eagles and the Cowboys. I just don't like the Eagles as a fan. I like the Cowboys over them for sure. And I'm picking the Cowboys to win. I think that all this Ezekiel Elliott stuff, it's over with. There's no more. He's doing his 6-game suspension. I think they're going to settle in. I think that we're going to fix that line problem that we had against the Falcons. I think that they're going to come out and play some ball. And I think that as good as the Eagles are, don't get me wrong, it doesn't matter if I like them or not, their record is the best in the NFL. They are playing good ball, but I just think that it's going to be a Cowboys victory on that one. On Monday Night Football, Falcons and my team, the Seattle Seahawks. I don't think they're going to have as much luck as they did sacking Dak Prescott. And, in the last game, the Falcons, one guy getting 6 sacks, crazy. I think that the Seahawks are going to contain that. I think Russell Wilson's going to perform his magic, and I think the Seahawks are going to beat the Falcons. They are playing in Seattle. That's where they win. So there's my picks. Week 11. It's Thursday morning. Have a great day. Go Seattle.